You've probably gotten several notices in the mail or had someone even knock on your door. The U.S. Census Bureau is trying to kick things into gear after having to change their outreach strategy due to the coronavirus. And while workers are once again hitting the streets, you can now answer those 9 important questions on the census online. News 8's Monique Griego has more.
In order to get the word out about just how important it is to fill out your census form, the Census Bureau has been putting on these caravans and food giveaways to get people's attention. Now, this is also the very first year you can fill it out online and you don't actually have to come to a location. They're hoping that makes things a lot easier.
Hello, Auntie. How are you doing today?
It only comes around every 10 years, and the deadline to make sure you're counted is quickly approaching.
Mine, I already did mine. I first got my paperwork in the mail.
Virginia Lamgett stopped by one of the U.S. Census Bureau's caravans, which have been passing out food in an effort to increase outreach. Lamgett knows why it's so important.
This will actually help our community. So, you know, we will be accounted for and we'll get funding for our community.
But this year, like in so many other ways, is not like others. The coronavirus, a big bump in the road for census workers who usually hit the streets for face-to-face interactions.
So as we know, COVID-19 has made us do things differently, and that includes community outreach.
Joanne Fields, a Census 2020 coordinator in San Diego, says they had many events planned that simply were not able to be held due to safety.
So we had to get creative and innovative, and so we also know there's a need for food for our seniors.
It's so important that we get everybody.
David Bennett, who also works for the U.S. Census Bureau in San Diego, told News 8 about why it was so important for people to get their information in before the September 30th deadline.
$675 billion of federally mandated funds that go for care, roads, infrastructure, hospitals, those get allocated based on this count.
He says census workers are abiding by all of the pandemic guidelines, so when they come knocking at your door, please answer. And the Census Bureau is putting on multiple events to help get the word out. We do have some very important links on CBS8.com. Monique Griego, News 8.